And we continue to follow breaking news out of Brown County this morning. Crews are battling a large fire in downtown Pulaski. Officials say it appears to have started at the Wood Lanes bowling alley on West Pulaski Street around 11 o'clock last night. It then spread to multiple nearby buildings. Emily Deem has been on the scene for several hours. She joins us with the very latest. Emily?
Angela, good morning to you. And this scene is very active still this morning in the 8 o'clock hour. You can take a look at the scene behind me this morning. You talked about those buildings, Angela, about 5 buildings involved in this fire. Like you said, started in Wood Lanes on West Pulaski Street. Now, we don't know which each building is. We know that there are apartments in some of the buildings. There were businesses. We were told that tan building right there was actually vacant, but you can see the firefighters up there still putting out the fire this morning on their ladder trucks. It's been a very busy morning for them. The weather conditions haven't been in their favor either. It's cold out here. A lot of water's being used. The sidewalks are slick this morning, but they're doing everything they can to put out this fire. 40 people were displaced due to this fire out here. That's where the American Red Cross comes in. Now, there are a lot of people being helped and assisted, not only crews, but the people affected by this fire. I have Jerry Prowitz, who is here with me this morning, a volunteer with the American Red Cross. Jerry, you've been on scene all night and all morning. Tell me what you saw.
Well, when I got here this morning, the bowling alley, the first building was engulfed. The second one was just becoming engulfed. And they were trying to bust in to get the fire out. And all we've been doing out here this morning is just trying to keep the firefighters fed and
yeah, and the video you're seeing right now is earlier this morning of that fire. You know, a lot of smoke was happening. We do have a report to tell you about the 2 firefighters that were actually injured in that fire. They were brought to local hospitals. I saw food coming in, Jerry. I saw coffee. I mean, a lot of stuff for the crews out here.
Right.
That is what you're here to do. You're here to help them and provide any assistance. It's not only a long day for them, it's a long day for volunteers too. Tell me about that.
Well, we're here to help not only the firefighters, but we're here to help any displaced families in providing them with the basic needs that they may have. Obviously, they're going to need housing, and they're going to need some of the basic needs, clothing and things like that. So we're here to try to provide them with some of the basics.
Do we know where any of the people, Jerry, were that were displaced? Do we know where they are at this time?
I really don't know where they were. I know there are a couple that I talked to earlier this morning were out of town. They came back and found their apartment on fire. Other than that, I have no idea where anybody is. They're just starting to trickle in now and realize that they have a problem. So.
And you're here to help, so what are you going to do for those families?
What we're going to do here is we're going to provide them with housing. We're going to provide them with the basics and clothing and food. We're going to provide them with just the basic needs, just to get them started again. And I think the main thing right now is to provide them with housing. What we're hoping for is we don't know where a lot of these people are, so they're hoping that they'll come see us.
So yeah, if they come back to the scene, they see it, they see the American Red Cross disaster truck is right here for them.
Right.
You know, it breaks your heart to have to see a building destroyed, multiple buildings, especially during the holidays, but there is still that light at the end of the tunnel.
It is. As long as they know they have someone they can turn to, I think it makes it just a little bit easier for them. It is a hard time of the year, and we'll try to do everything we can to make it easy.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning, and thank you for what you do. You know, all of the agencies that have come to put the fire out, great to see everybody coming together. Still a terrible thing to see. I talked to Trink Little. She actually owned the building next door to Wood Lanes. Her daughter and her grandsons lived above that building. They weren't there last night. They were actually staying with a friend, but there were 2 men who lived below, but they got out safely. Trink told me she found out about the fire from a friend who was downtown. She came here this morning and she watched it burn, Angela and Doug. She watched her building go up in flames and everything be completely destroyed. I talked to her this morning and here was her reaction.
Thank God my daughter and the boys aren't there. All their Christmas presents are up there. You know, I have my furniture is up there because I stay with my dad since my mom died, and half of my clothes are still there. the kids' babies' pictures. It's just hard. That building has been in our family since 1958. And now it's gone.
Yeah, Trink told me that her parents started a restaurant there in 1958. About 20 years later, she bought it from them. She's been living with her dad for a while after her mother passed away. So, you know, to see something like this is definitely devastating for the community. I did speak with one of the owners of Wood Lanes, and he says that he is devastated. He was just numb this morning. He couldn't believe this has happened, but seeing the community pull together is really something. It says a lot for itself. So, you know, a tragedy, but still people are able to pull together. Angela, is a great thing to see, but for now I asked you know, the public information officer what they're going to do now. Crews are just going to stay on scene for as long as they can, try to put out this fire. You can see them working nonstop right here behind me. For now, we are live in Pulaski. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Emily, Deem, thank you.